Study the following information carefully to answer the given questions. 10 stationery items: pencil, books, notes, pens, sharpeners, chalk, stickers, gum, scale, covers are placed in 10 boxes. Boxes are numbered 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10 and are placed adjacent to one another in two different rows of 5 boxes each. Right? Two different rows of 5 boxes each. So we have as such solved number of questions where there are two different rows of 5 persons, right? I mean, usually there are like 10 flats which are arranged in 2 rows. Each person has occupied one of the flats and so on. But this is a different type. Again, 2 rows of 5 boxes each, and each box has got one particular stationery item from the given items. Okay. Look at the next point. Boxes with odd numbers are situated opposite to boxes with even numbers. So odd numbers are opposite to even numbers. No two boxes with even number and no two boxes with odd numbers are adjacent to each other, and no two boxes have consecutive numbers. So a lot of constraints here, right? I think point number 2 is very, very important. Point number 2 is very important. Let's pay attention to this. What does it say? It says boxes with odd numbers are situated opposite to even numbers. No two boxes with even number and no two boxes with odd numbers are adjacent to each other, and no two boxes have consecutive numbers. So I think this is the most critical part, right? We just cannot take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 in 2 rows. We have to satisfy these conditions. And then also find out which box has got what item, which makes it even more complicated. But let's try. Next point. Box number 8 is occupied by books. Alright, so some clear information there that box number 8 is occupied by books. And it is to the extreme left of one end of the row. It is to the extreme left of one end of the row. So if I write, let's say, box number 8 here. See, I think overall, if you see, this question has got nothing to do with north and south. Usually when we solve, I mean, this is like a linear arrangement, right? Usually when we do a linear arrangement, it is important whether the person is facing north or south. Like for example, when a person faces north, right? When a person faces north, in case of a linear arrangement, what do? Left is towards the left and right is towards the right of the person, right? I mean, right of the person is towards right on paper and left of the person is towards left on paper. When the person faces south, what happens? When the person faces south, the left of the person is towards our right on paper and the right of the person is towards our left on paper. However, this concept here is not applicable and not needed. I would not say not applicable, not needed, because it's not about persons. It is about stationary items, right? So there's nothing like facing north or facing south. It is just about 2 rows. Now, why is this point being made here? It is because if you see, box number 8 is occupied by books and it is to the extreme left of one end of the row. Now, I don't have to worry about the top row or bottom row. Usually when we are arranging persons, we will look at whether the person is in the top row or bottom row, whether he is in the row facing north or row facing south. But in this case, at least that complexity is not there, right? That complexity is ruled out. So what do? Let's take box number 8 here and let's say it is occupied by books, right? So let's say books for box number 8. It is to the extreme left end of one of the rows. So let's say this is the extreme left end, right? This is the extreme left end. Now, one important point to be noted here is the other numbers. How will the other numbers look like? Understand, E8 is an even number. 8 is an even number. We know that no two even numbers and no two odd numbers are adjacent to each other. So can the next one be even number? No, next one has to be odd, right? The next number has to be odd. This is even, the next number has to be odd because even cannot be consecutive. If this is odd, the next one has to be even, then odd, and then even. You're able to follow? No two even and no two odd are consecutive, which means they are alternate. So even, odd, even, odd, even. This is one thing that you should understand immediately. Again, the other point that we know is boxes with odd numbers are situated opposite to boxes with even numbers. Since this is an even number, the one which is opposite should be an odd number. Yes or no? 8 is an even number. So what is opposite to 8 should be an odd number. And if this is odd, the next one should be even. This should be odd. And here it should be even. And this should be odd. You're able to follow. So this is the basic framework of the numbering there in terms of odd and even numbers. We have to follow this. 8 is even number. So no two even are consecutive. Based on that, we'll get even, odd, even, odd, even in the bottom row. And on the top row, it will be odd, even, odd, even, odd, even. And clearly you can see that we have got 5 odd numbers and 5 even numbers, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 odd numbers, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 even numbers, of which only one has been fixed so far, number 8, which has got books. But you have to now follow this condition. And if you do not do this, then you are like in a soup. I mean, if you don't start this way, you will get a lot of possibilities. I mean, you will only get confused, right? So I think with this, we have ensured that point number 2 is satisfied. The only point left out here is this one, that no two boxes have consecutive numbers. That you have to remember. No two boxes. So which means if this is 8, this cannot be 7. Are you able to follow? This cannot be 7, or it cannot be 9, because no two boxes have consecutive numbers, right? So if this is 8, this cannot be 7 or 9, right? That point also has to be satisfied. This box number 8 point has also been used. Look at the next point. Box 4 and 6 are not in the row of box number 8. Box 4 and 6 are not in the row of box number 8. And any of the boxes numbered 4, 6 and 3 are not in the middle of the row. So what do you understand? 4 and 6 are not in the row of 8. So 8 is in the bottom row, which means 4 and 6 cannot be in the bottom row. 4 and 6 has to be on the top row, have to be on the top row. On the top row, there are only 2 even numbers which are allowed. So obviously these two have to be 4 and 6. But the question now is which is 4 and which is 6? No clarity. So let us just take both the possibilities, 4 or 6 and 6 or 4. So which means if 4 comes here, 6 would come here. If it is 6 here, then 4 would come here. Alright. The other part of the statement here says any of the boxes numbered 4, 6 or 3 are not in the middle of the row. Clearly 4 and 6 are not in the middle of the row, right? Middle of the row is this. The other thing that we need to remember is 3 is also not in the middle of the row. 3 cannot come here, right? This odd number cannot be 3. I'll just note it like this. 3 cannot come in this. 3 can come here, 3 can come here, 3 can come here or here, but 3 cannot come in the middle of the row. So I think this point also has been taken care of. So you have to read it very clearly and consider all the points given there. So we have made sure that all the points have been marked properly. Now look at the next point. Gums are placed in box number 5. Gums are placed in box number 5. Clear? Gums are placed in box number 5. And that box is not situated in the row where box number 6 is situated. And that box is not situated in the row where box number 6 is situated. Now we know that box number 6 is situated in the top row. Where exactly we don't know, but it will definitely be in the top row. If box 6 is in the top row, box number 5 cannot be in the top row. Right? They are not situated in the same row. So 5 has to come in the bottom row. Now 5 being an odd number, there are two possibilities. 5 can come here or 5 can come here as well. So we don't know which exactly is the one. But let's just make a note of it. Gums will go to box number 5. And I'm writing it towards the bottom so that it takes one of these, right? Either this position or this position. Of course, suppose instead of 5 it was 7. If it were 7 instead of 5, I can say that 7 cannot come here. Why can 7 not come here? Because 8 and 7 are consecutive numbers. And we know that consecutive numbers are not together, right? So if it is 7, I can say 7 cannot come here. I'll fix 7 here and say gums. But it is 5. So basically I'm trying to tell you how do you verify all those hidden points, right? If 7 was there instead of 5, we could have fixed it directly. But 7 is not given. It is 5. So we'll keep it on hold. I mean, we know that gum is in box number 5, but where exactly we don't know. Next point. Notes are placed in an odd numbered box and placed in a row where books are situated. Now look at this. Notes are placed in an odd numbered box and it is placed in a row where books are situated. Books are situated in the bottom row. So it is placed in the row where books are situated. But both are not adjacent to each other. So I think this point is going to play a key role. Notes are in an odd numbered box and in the row where books are situated. Books are situated in the bottom row. So notes also should come in the bottom row. Notes are in an odd numbered box. So notes will either come here or here. Again, the same two possibilities. So we have already discussed that gum will either come here or here. Now we know that notes will take either this or this. So clearly these two positions are for notes and gums in some order. Right? Notes are in odd numbered box. So these are the two possibilities. It is placed where books are placed in the row. So definitely in this row. But both are not adjacent to each other. What are not adjacent to each other? Books and notes. So clearly notes cannot occupy this position now, because if you take notes here, books and notes will become adjacent. So notes has to come here. If notes comes here, then clearly gum has to go here, because we know that gum is in box number 5, which is an odd numbered box. So gum comes here. You're able to follow? So this point has been used. And I can now tick mark this point also, because we have used that point, right? And also the next point. So basically the idea here is, I'm putting tick mark so that we don't revisit those points. You're able to follow. If something is not tick marked, we have to probably go back and check. But here everything is tick marked so far. So which means we have utilized the information completely, or we have done some marking. Like for example, 3 cannot come here, right? 3 cannot come in this position. So some way you have to, pictorially represent it. Okay. Next point. Sharpener and chalk box are adjacent to box number 6. Sharpener and chalk's box are adjacent to box number 6, and chalk's box is not adjacent to box number 4. Now we have already got some information about 6 and 4 here, right? We know that 6 and 4 will be these two positions. What exactly we don't know. I mean, which position exactly we don't know, but these two are fixed. Now it says sharpener and chalk are adjacent to box number 6. Try and understand this pictorially. Sharpener and chalk are adjacent to box number 6. Means what? Definitely it should be, I mean 6 should be in the middle of sharpener and chalk. If let's say chalk comes here, you're able to follow. 6 has to be between chalks and sharpener. This is, let's say, chalk, then we have 6, and then we have sharpener. Again, there are two possibilities. These two can be swapped also. It can be sharpener, then box number 6, and then chalks. Are you able to follow? The only point which is confirmed from this one is that 6 will be in the middle of sharpener and chalk. 6 will be in the middle of sharpener and chalk, right? It can be either ways. So both are possible. I mean, like for example, if you take sharpener here, you can take chalk here. If you take chalk here, you can take sharpener here. If this is 6, let's say, right? But then if you look at the next point, next part of that point, it says the chalk's box is not adjacent to box number 4. The chalk's box is not adjacent to box number 4. Now, what do you understand from this? See, there are two possible situations with respect to 4 and 6. If this is 6, this would be 4. We know that 6 will be in the middle of sharpeners and chalk. Now, if you take 6 here, remember, sharpener and chalk will take these two positions. But then chalk cannot come here, because if this is 6, this would become 4. And chalk will be adjacent to 4. We know that chalk should not be adjacent to 4. So which means chalks will come here and sharpener has to come here, if this is 6. You're able to follow? Let me write down just to explain it clearly, let me write down the possibility in a different color to show you what happens. If I assume this is 6, then chalks cannot come here, because if this is 6, then this would be 4. And we know that 6 is in the middle of sharpener and chalk, but chalk cannot be adjacent to 4. So chalk has to come here with sharpener coming here, right? Similarly, the other possibility, let me explain the other possibility. Let us take some other color, right? For example, let's say this is 6. If this is 6, then this would be 4. In that case, what happens? We know that 6 is between sharpeners and chalk. But can you take chalk in this position? No, because if you take chalk here, it becomes adjacent to 4. So chalk cannot come here. Chalk has to come here in that case. And sharpener has to come here. Are you able to follow? In both the cases, one thing which is definite is sharpeners will be in the middle. Yes or no? You see, whether you take the red possibility or this green possibility, you find that sharpeners always take this position. It can be 6 here or 4 here, 4 here or 6 here. Chalks can come there or there, but sharpeners always come in this position. So this understanding you must get. I mean, you must get this clarity after you read that point, right? You don't have to do all this drama in the exam using different colors. Of course, you don't have that luxury also, but the point that I'm trying to make is you must be able to visualize the possibilities, and if there is anything definite, fix it. So what is definite here? That sharpener will come in the middle position. Sharpeners will come in the middle position. So I'll write sharpener here. Okay, and remember 3 cannot come here. I mean, that point we had already noted. Okay, now which is 4, which is 6? That is still not clear, right? Again, wherever 6 comes, the other side will be chalks. So move to the next point now. So I'm not ticking, I'm not putting a tick mark here because that point has not been completely used. Next point says pencils and covers box are placed in the same row. Pencils and covers box are placed in the same row. Okay. Pens box is even numbered but not 10. And diagonally opposite to the box number 1, which contains stickers. The pens box is even numbered but not 10. So the box which has got pens is even numbered, but it is not 10. And it is diagonally opposite to the box number 1, which contains stickers. So this diagonally opposite point is interesting. It is important. See, we know that stickers are in box number 1, right? We also know that pens is in an even numbered box, but it is not 10. It cannot be box number 10. And this pens box and stickers box are diagonally opposite to each other. Diagonally opposite to each other. Now, what do you mean by diagonally opposite? What are the diagonally opposite points? This and this, or this and this. You're able to follow? What are the diagonally opposite points? Let me highlight. What are the diagonally opposite points? I'll use, let's say, this yellow color. What are the diagonally opposite points? Sorry. Diagonally opposite points are these, or these two. Now we know that in these two diagonally opposite points, what are the items? Stickers and pens, because pens box is even numbered but not in 10, and diagonally opposite to the box number 1, which contains stickers. So if you observe, Can this be this diagonal? Can it be this diagonal? No, because here we have already got books. So neither stickers can come nor what is the other item? Pens can come. So this diagonal is ruled out. It should be this diagonal. We also know that stickers are in box number 1. Now this odd number, this is an odd number. So stickers have to come here only. Can stickers come here? No, because this is for an even number. If you write stickers here, then this should be box number 1. But it is an even number. So I can now confirm that this is box number 1 and we have got stickers here. And if this is box number 1 with stickers, diagonally opposite should be the box with pens. Is it box number, what number is it? Even number, but is it 10 or, one thing is clear is it's not 10. It should be even number but not 10. So 10 cannot come here. I'll just note that, right? 10 cannot come here. Like we have said 3 cannot come here, 10 cannot come here. Are you able to follow? So one more item is fixed. Okay, one more item is fixed. Now if you go back to the previous point, if you go back to the previous point, what did we know? We know that sharpener and 6 will come in between sharpeners and chalk, right? Sharpener is here. Can chalk come on this side? No, because it's already fixed for stickers. So chalk has to come this side, right? Sharpener is here. So it should be 6 here with chalks on this side or 6 here with chalk on this side. But can 6 come here now? Not possible because this side is already blocked by stickers. So 6 cannot come here, which means 6 has to come here. Are you able to follow? Or go by chalks, right? Can chalks come here? No, already blocked by stickers. So this has to be chalks. And the moment this is chalks, we can confirm that this is box number 6 and this has to be box number 4. So I'll eliminate the other possibilities. Are you able to follow? This is box number 6 and this is box number 4. So 2 more boxes are fixed. And now I can, put a tick mark on this point as well because we have used it now, right? And you can understand also, you can verify also, sharpener and chalk are adjacent to 6. Sharpener and chalk both are adjacent to 6. And chalk is not adjacent to 4. Chalk is not adjacent to 4. 4 is here, chalk is not adjacent to 4. Done? Now what else is given to us? If you revisit this point, it said pencils and covers box are placed in the same row. Of course, this part has been used. The pens box is even numbered but not 10 and diagonally opposite to box number 1 which contains stickers. Now look at this point. Pencils and covers are in the same row. Pencils and covers are in the same row. Now, if pencils and covers have to be in the same row, the only possibility is these two in the top row, because in the bottom row we have only one item, availability or vacancy or position only for one item. But we have 2 items here, pencils and covers. So it has to go in the top row. But where exactly we don't know. So let's say it can be pencils or covers. This can be pencils or covers or pencils, depending on which one takes what, right? Remember, P is for pencils and C is for covers. Are you able to follow? These 2. All right. So I think with this, all the items have been, arranged properly, right? Only one item is left out. What is that item? See, pencil will take one of these. Books have been fixed. We have got gum, notes, pens. So notes, pens, gum. We have got stickers, sharpeners, chalk, stickers. What is left out? Covers is also fixed, right? Pencils and covers. So only item left out is scale, and scale has to come here. Scale has to come here. All right. Done. So with respect to items we are done, only numbers are left out. Anyway, read the last point there. Box number 6 is second from one end of the row. Box number 6 is second from one end of the row. How? That is not useful at all, right? Look at this point. I'll highlight this. This point, box number 6 is second from one end of the row. Do we need this point? No, because we have already figured out that box number 6 is second from one end of the row. So this point is actually redundant. See, this is the advantage when you try and use the hidden points as well in all the given statements. Some of these statements would become redundant. Box number 6 is second from one end of the row is not useful at all because we have already figured out that this is box number 6. So this shows that you have actually used every possible detail given in the previous statements. Right? Box number 6 is second from one end of the row is not needed. Stickers box is neither opposite to sharpeners nor adjacent to it. This also is redundant. Wow. Look at this. Stickers box is neither opposite to sharpeners nor adjacent to it. Yes, sticker and sharpeners are neither opposite nor adjacent. So I think if you see, the last point is not needed at all. This last point is redundant. So which means the data given was more than enough for us to complete the arrangement. Of course, numbering is still left. So let's fix that. So I think what numbers we have marked? We have marked 1, 4, 6. 1, 4 and 6 are marked. And at the bottom 5 and 8 are marked. 5 and 8 are marked. So what are left out? 2, 3, 7, 9 and 10. 2, 3, 7, 9 and 10. Okay, look at this. There are only 2 even numbers left out, 2 and 10. There are only 2 even numbers left out, 2 and 10. We know that 10 cannot come here. See, we have marked this, right? 10 cannot take this position. So it has to be box number 2 because that's the only even number left out other than 10. And if this is 2, then this should be 10. Yes or no? 2 and 10 are fixed. So I think 2 and 10 are also fixed. Now odd numbers are left out. 3, 9 and 7. 3, 9 and 7. 3, 9 and 7. 3 cannot come here. 3, 9 and 7. Okay, look at this. We know that 3 cannot come in this position. We have already marked that. 3 cannot come here. Can 7 come? 7 also cannot come, because if you take 7 here, 7 and 6 would become adjacent. Yes or no? If you take 7 in this position, 7 and 6 become adjacent, and we know that no two boxes have consecutive numbers. So 3 cannot come and 7 also cannot come. So if 3 and 7 cannot come, the only possibility is 9. It has to be 9. Right? So 9 also is fixed. And what is left out now? 7 and 3. 7 and 3. Can 3 come here in this position? No. Because if 3 comes here, it becomes adjacent to 2. 2 consecutive numbers. Yes or no? 3 cannot take this position. So if 3 cannot come here, it has to be 7. And then this has to be 3. So 7 and 3 are also done. Yes, I think we are done with it, right? 1, 4, 9, 6, 3. We have 8, 5, 10, 7, 6 in the bottom row. With respect to items, books, gum, scale, notes, pens in the bottom row. Stickers, pens, what this is, pens or pencils? Pencils, I think. Pencils or covers? Covers or pencils here. Then sharpener and chalks. And I think there is no point which has given any detail about, any other detail about pencils and covers, right? The only thing that we know is pencils and covers are placed in the same row. So multiple possibilities are there. So overall there are 2 possibilities. Pencils here with covers in this position, or covers in box number 4 and pencils in box number 6. Right? We are done. I think that's the final answer. Right? Let's look at the questions quickly. I'll quickly clear this up, just a second. Yeah, so answer the questions now. I think once you have done the arrangement, answering the questions would be a cakewalk. Yeah, so try and answer the questions now. I should get a bigger eraser basically. Yeah. So look at the questions. The pack of notes are placed in which number box? Pack of notes. Notes are placed in which number box? 7. Option A. Covers are kept in which number box? Covers are kept in which box? It can be 4 or 6. Remember, 4 or 6. 4 or 6. Both are possible. We don't know. 4 or 6. So 4 and 6 both are given as options. I think can't be determined. Option E will be the answer. Right? Cannot be determined. Covers can be 4 or 6. The number 9 box is placed opposite to which box and contains which stationery? So 9 is placed opposite to which box? Where is 9? 9 is here. 9 is placed opposite to 10. 9 is placed opposite to 10. So 9 is placed opposite to 10. So option A is ruled out. Option B is ruled out. Option C is ruled out. Option D, 10. Yeah. And contains which stationery? 9 contains which stationery? Okay. The number 9 is placed opposite to which box and contains which stationery? So because he has used the word and, we refer to the first item, right? So basically the question says the number 9 is placed in which box? Sorry, the number 9 is opposite to which box? It is opposite to 10 and contains which stationery? 9 contains which stationery? It contains sharpener. So 10 with sharpener should be the answer. 10 with sharpener should be the answer. What is given here is 10 with scale. So I think D also is eliminated. Option E is the final answer. Be very careful. Number 9 is placed in which box? Opposite to which box? And contains which stationery? And contains which stationery? Because he has used the word and, we have to refer to the first item here. The basic laws of doing arrangements, right? We have discussed this in our videos. Simple circular and simple linear arrangement videos. So 9 is placed opposite to 10, but 9 contains scale. 9 contains sharpener. 9 contains sharpener. So 10 with sharpener should be the choice, which is option E here. I think, yeah, 2 more questions. Quickly answer these 2 questions. The pencil box. Read that question. The pencil box is placed in, if the pencil box, I was wondering where is the pencil box in box number 4. If pencil is placed in box number 4, then which box is placed opposite to the box which contains covers? So we have this ambiguity, confusion here, right? Pencils is where? Is it 4 or 6? So he says this is pencil. This is pencil. If pencil is placed in box number 4, then definitely this would be cover, right? So then which box is placed opposite to the box containing covers? So what is opposite to covers? Notes. If this is pencil, then this should be covers. And opposite to cover is notes, which is D. If the box 1 is related to sharpeners, 1 is related to sharpeners, box 10 is related to pens, 10 is related to pens, then box 8 is related to what? Now this is a analogy type of question, right? Try to understand the relationship between 1 and sharpeners. 1 is related to sharpeners. What do you see the relation? 1 and sharpeners are alternate, right? 1 gap sharpener. Similarly, 10 is related to pens. What's the relationship? 10, there is a gap and then pens. Yes or no? 1 gap sharpener, 10 gap pens. So box 8 is related with what? So where is 8 here? 8 gap scale. Following the same logic, it should be 8 skip or gap, and then we have scale. So 8 should be related to scale, which is option A.